Good morning, my wonderful friends. Meg is here on a perfect morning. Oh, I don't even have words. It's turning cool outside and the wind's blowing, and I can actually see out the window right now, like the leaves falling out of the trees. Went to Michael's, bought some little orange pumpkin decorations. I got this beautiful smelling autumn harvest candle. Oh, I wish you could smell it in here. And then this tea. I don't know what's into me. I've been drinking a lot of tea lately. This is spiced chai, and the clove is so strong in it, and I was just having flashbacks. I love the smell of clove and cinnamon, but like in the 80s, I grew up in the 80s. We used to smoke clove cigarettes and skateboard and listen to punk rock music, so I'm having some flashbacks of my youth. I was just thinking, life is beautiful, but you have to make it beautiful, right? To have fun in life, you have to go out and have fun, and to have peace and beauty, you have to make it peaceful and beautiful. And, it's just a little extra effort. Get a candle that smells like the season. Buy a few decorations to put on your bookshelves. Get a warm beverage when you sit down to read. It makes it so special. Take a moment just to take a deep breath and look outside and watch the leaves fall and just feel it. It is so beautiful. Life is a gift. And then now I'm so full of love. And so I started thinking about all the books that we've done thus far on book club. And I think Catherine's the only one that's been with us since the very first book, which will always hold the most special place in my heart, the Little Paris Bookshop. Oh, I love this. He's got a bookshop on a boat, and he's cruising down the Seine River in France, and just, oh, I love it so much. The best memories and the friends we made, the friendships. We did To Kill a Mockingbird. These, am I just ridiculous? I am so moved with emotion of characters from a book, but these characters will live in my heart forever. Speaking of that, how about Charlie from Perks of Being a Wallflower? I love Charlie so much. Just great memories. And now one book, Happy Place. I enjoyed reading this. I tried to do it for book club, but I didn't know how for every chapter to talk about it. It for me, it just wasn't that kind of book that something stood out. It was just a happy summertime read, and I think I only got through like 2 chapters for book club. So everyone that went out and bought this book for book club, and I just didn't know what to do with it, I do apologize for that. But hey, look at it. It's a bright, sunny, happy book on your bookshelf, and when I look at it, I still think of summertime, right? We got this at the beginning of summer. I read it. It has those memories for me. But I just didn't know how to put it into book club. And I'm curious, is there anyone other than Catherine that was with us from the Little Paris Bookshop that's still here? I would love if you went to the comments and just said hi. So chapter 3, first of all, I love this book already. We're only 3 chapters in. I'm loving it. And Catherine, we talked about in the comments, I was wondering if Viv is going to revert back to maybe some of her old ways. And it kind of set it up here that there is a possibility, it could go that way. Oh, okay, let me flip to the beginning here. And then again, I always want you guys, go to the comments, tell me what stands out to you in this, because sometimes you guys see things that I didn't see or forgot to talk about. Oh, let's see. So we're getting to know the characters here. Cal and Viv's relationship. She trusts him with her money, right? She just throws him the purse of gold and platinum and says, go get, some supplies for us. And he's all, you trust me with this? And she kind of has that look about her like, I don't really need to worry about stuff like that. She's not the kind that people like to rip off. But then it shows her going and getting supplies, and she's overpaying, right? She's not using her force to get a deal. And she's actually overpaying. And I think they showed us that for a reason, just to get to know her more. She rents a cart to get supplies. She doesn't need the horses, right? She's strong enough. I love that. Oh, what else? What else stuck out to me? So, and with these kind of books, it's not all about these life lessons in every chapter. We're just living with her. It's a very, even though she's an orc, it's a very human story. She has a lot of the same insecurities we have. She has to deal with new situations and handle them in new ways or better ways, growing, learning. She's looking at all the dirt and filth around her place, and she thinks of Lainey, the neighbor that's always out sweeping her stoop. She thinks, maybe I should hire her, and kind of chuckles to herself. I think that's funny. Oh, let's see. We have kind of a shady character show up here. It's kind of like the mafia of this town, I'm getting the feel. And Viv kind of has that old feeling that's kept her alive for these many years of when someone's off, there's danger. And she kind of looks at her sword, and she goes down and meets this shady character. And I think he has an idea that Viv is not one to mess with, but Viv doesn't want to cause trouble, And isn't it like that in life when you're ready to just be love and peace and get along? Not everyone's playing the same game you are. So Viv's going to have to kind of work that out a little bit. They get a delivery, and it's her coffee. And she already caught the smell of it as she's signing for the delivery. She hasn't even opened it yet. She's smelling the coffee beans. Let me just read this little bit. Talking to Cal here. I told you I came across it in Azimuth, and I remember following the smell of it to the shop. They called it a cafe. People just sat around drinking it from these little ceramic cups, and I had to try it. And it was like drinking the feeling of being peaceful. Oh, I love that. Being peaceful in your mind. And then, of course, I love this humor throughout. Well, not if you have too much. Then it's something else, right? You get the jitters. But that's exactly what we're talking about here at Book Club. We get our warm beverage. We light our candle. We're around these books they have their own smell to them. And they bring us a peaceful feeling, if we'll allow it, right? If we'll create the moment. Oh, let's see. And then Cal, he's not too sure what to think about it. He says, well, in the interest of your new business, I guess I'll say, I hope folks have the same experience you did. Cal's a funny little guy. I can picture, I've known people like Cal, Oh, let's see. Lainey, we get to know her a little bit more. Where was that? I want to see that, where her and Viv were kind of talking. And I was really hoping Lainey, this character, will be more of a character in this book. And she is. Let's see. Lainey says how do I say this? Madrigal ain't to be ignored. When they ask you to pay, she gazed sharply at Viv, and they will ask you, you'd best bank your coals and pay. So it is kind of like a shakedown, kind of like the little local mafia, right? Give us money and we'll protect you. Now here, Viv, right? This ain't her cup of tea, right? Being pushed around as a warrior orc. And she says, I'm not sure I can bring myself to do that, she replied mildly. Lainey patted Viv's considerable forearm. I know you, and here's the writing, the way she talks, mayn't, like What is mate? I know you mayn't have thought to tell now, but seems to me you ain't here to do what you've always done. Am I wrong? So I see what she's saying. Like, Viv's come here to live a different life, and this is kind of the norm for this city life. And if you want to be a business owner, maybe you have to make some changes. And here, I love it. So, is that what she'll do? Because she wants to settle in and get along? Or will maybe Viv change the politics of the city? I would like that too. Well, that's true, Viv said. Still, for all that, not sure I can roll over for a little man in a big hat and a silly shirt. I love Viv. I get you, girl. I am a lot like that myself. Oh, and then Viv, it's getting late. She gets her bedroll, she lays it out, and she inhales the smell of her coffee that's coming up through the cracks in the floorboards. It's raining out. She's got a tarp over the hole in the roof that's flapping, just kind of listening, thinking, smelling, dreaming. In the lantern's light, black blood gleamed where it leaned against the wall. Viv stared at it for a long time and thought about the man in the hat. And she felt a sudden impulse to sleep next to the blade. And then she falls asleep. Too bad it has to be like that. She just wants to live her dream, live in peace. And there's always some snake coming around, And Viv doesn't want to be violent, doesn't want to fight, wants to get along. We'll see what happens with that. Anyway, guys, what a beautiful day. What a beautiful book. What beautiful friends to share it with. Make sure you go to the comments. Say hello. Even if you're new, say hi to Catherine. And know I love you.